Hi, everyone. My name is Vardhaman Deshpande. I'm a Microsoft MVP, and currently I'm working with Valo as a technical product owner. This is my Twitter profile. Feel free to follow me, or just instead of an introduction slide, which David kind of told me we need to have, I just thought I'll kind of kill two birds with one stone and put my Twitter profile in the first slide, as you might call it. So today we're going to talk about Viva Connections and how to bring your custom apps into Viva Connections mobile experience and the desktop experience. So before we actually go ahead with this, there was a slide earlier in Patrick's presentation which allowed you to register for the, I don't know if it's a private preview because it's not private, but it's a preview. And to get the connect dashboards and everything else enabled on your tenant, you need to register yourself so that your tenant gets enabled with the properties of Viva Connections dashboard. So what is Viva Connections basically? So in my head, it's a mobile first experience. It's going to be a Teams mobile first experience. There will be an Viva Connections app, Teams app, which will be released, I think, in the future at some point, maybe sooner or later. Which will be a Teams app which you can install in your Teams environments. And when the users go to that Teams app, either in mobile experiences or in desktop or web, they will be able to see different things like SharePoint resources, things like your custom applications. So here we have a sample preview of how the Connections app would look in your phone when it gets released. And then the particular thing we'll talk about is how do you bring the custom applications, Teams applications, which you already have developed into Viva Connections. So so this is a sample because we don't have the mobile app released yet. We are working with the preview to kind of see how this looks in the desktop experience. As you can see, there will be a custom app for Viva Connections. You can rebrand it. You can call it something which suits your organization, and you can have custom cards on the desktop. So there will be few out of the box cards available. There will be few cards which you can build yourself. And today we'll talk about one of those things, which is say you have developed an application. How do you bring your application to Viva Connections? So just to give you a quick background on what the application is. It's a Valo's app called Valo Ideas. It's an innovation app. It's a app which allows you to innovate within the context of Teams. There's many components to it. There's a personal app. There's a Teams tab. And there's adaptive cards posted to the Teams conversation as well. Now, the basic idea behind it is that any Teams member can, within the context of their team, they can suggest an idea, discuss the idea within Teams, and so on. But I won't get into the details because what the app is of less concern here. Just to kind of build like a platform of where we will land from Viva Connections. Once you go into the tab, you can click on any of the ideas, and then a more details dialog kind of pops up where you can see certain metadata about the idea. You can watch the description, image, and you have certain actions and stuff. So this is the details view. Now, why is this important? It's important because whenever we are in the context of Viva Connections, in my head when I was playing around with this, this won't be your one place to interact with all the applications. This will be where you surface a subset of your applications. So things like you can see here now, we are only showing like the top 3 of ideas. Say you have got an incident response system or any of this. So that whole system is not expected to be shown up here. Here it's almost like a preview or a teaser of your application. So in this case, it's just the top 3 ideas which you can see, and this will be configurable by audiences. So it's not that all the users in your organization will see the same data. Different users based on Azure AD groups can see different data. So when it comes to the actual adaptive card extension, this is a custom extensions which we have built through the preview program, and there's some out of the box cards available already. So things like tasks in your teams, this is a SharePoint page and links and so on. So when we so there's three different levels to these adaptive card extensions, or ACEs as they are called. The first one is the actual card view itself. So when you land in the Viva Connections dashboard from the mobile or from your desktop, doesn't matter. The first view you see is called the adaptive card extension and the card view. What you can have multiple items in the as in you can switch the card view to show multiple items when you have when you click on one of the card views, then you get to see a bit more details on what you can show. Now the card view is not super customizable. The card view only has three different options right now. One is image and text, one is just text, and one is, I think, text and a description. So you don't have super flexibility and super control of how the card view looks. But when you click on it, then this is a proper adaptive card. Things like all the stuff which is supported in adaptive cards is supported in the quick view. This is called something as, so things like, images, different metadata, carousels and lists and so on is supported in the quick view, as it calls. Now the third level is actually sending the user to your custom application. Now, how would that work? You have a button here. When you click on it, directly you can build a deep link into Teams. When you click on it, you can see that I'm thrown into the Teams tab, and immediately the details dialog opens up. And that's how I can actually build my experience. Now again, like going back to other types of applications, there's going to be three levels. One is the card view, one is the quick view with the slightly more details on your adaptive cards or your items, and then the third one being you actually get to build a deep link which can send you to your applications in its entirety. Now, how do you actually? So that's the demo part. How do you actually build this? Now, as Patrick mentioned, it's basically a new SPFX artifact or SPFX application type. And you'll be familiar with this if you're a SharePoint developer, SPFX developer. You'll be familiar with this code structure. Just like in the SPFX Yeoman generator, you have the different options of web part, extension, and library. There'll be a new extension type called adaptive card extension. And there's again, as we discussed, three levels to this. First one is the actual adaptive card extension .ts file, just like your web part .ts file. And this is the main starting point of your application. And even in that, the on-init method is kind of like the core of how the application will be viewed. And there's two things which we need to look out for. One is that it's actually returns a promise. So that means we have to use this method to get any data. So in this case, we are using it to actually get the ideas from our database. And then the more important thing is all the rest of the views which your adaptive card extension will have will need to be registered in the ACE or in the on-init method. Now you can see, as we talked about, there's two views registered here. One is the card view and one is the quick view. Let's jump to the card view here. And the card view is basically this view which we see. So and as I said, again, it's not super flexible. There's predefined templates to the card view, which we can possibly see here. So this is currently the base image card view, which we are inheriting, and the data which was sent to this card view gets rendered. You have the next and the previous buttons and so on. And you have a method here called on card selection, which then you can use to trigger your quick view. And then going back again, this is your quick view. And as I said, this is like a full-blown adaptive card. And how do you configure that adaptive card is right in the code itself here. You can also save your adaptive card as a file and then show it here. It supports your data binding and everything and so on. And finally, in the quick view, there's going to be an external link method which you can use to create your deep link to a Teams application. And then that's how when you click on one of the cards, you get thrown into a deep link into Teams without changing the context. Now, this demo would have worked a lot better if the Teams app was available, and then you could see that within the mobile context itself, you can bring up that adaptive card, and if you click on it, it opens up your Teams app in your phone and creates a deep link within the Teams app itself. But right now, we'll have to kind of put some of the pressure on our imagination and do the linking ourselves. So that's a quick tour of how you can build, how you can bring your custom applications into Viva Connections, the desktop and the mobile experience. Again, I would say that register for the preview. You'll get it enabled on your tenant, dev tenants, and you can start developing applications on this. So yeah, that's it from my side. Patrick, over to you.
Awesome stuff. Thank you very much, Vardhman. I'm really excited to see this demo, and I think as others get involved, we'll have a few more demos. And the ACES stuff, the card stuff, is new, so I think there's a lot of room to explore that and see really what's capable there, and especially with the adaptive card approach to stuff. I'm really excited. I think it's been a lot of fun. I've been playing with it recently. A lot of great new possibilities there, and leveraging a lot of your existing SPFX skills as well. So really worthwhile to check out that preview if you can.